Episode 192 of Fresh Off the Mats here at the Jiu-Jitsu Joes. Woo!
You trust that? 192? Are we at 192?
Yeah, we are 192. Yeah, because I panicked and I forgot to upload our episode 191 on Sunday, and I had to do it on Monday.
Did you really?
Yeah, it like completely skipped my mind. So I was like, oh, fuck. I had set the alarm on my phone for Saturday night, and I was like, oh, I'll remember when I get home.
You can never do that. I can tell you from experience, you can never do that.
I'm like, oh, Saturday night. As soon as we get home, I'll fucking do it.
Yeah, that's a big issue. I started doing this thing. Mac found it hilarious. So I had like an alarm set for a quiz I had to go take, and she saw that. So Mac sets alarms for everything. Like it'll be like, oh, take this pill, make this phone call, go to this thing, right? She has alarms for it all.
That's Danielle. Danielle does the same thing.
Mac found it hilarious though when she saw my alarm for the quiz, because she's like, that's how it all started. Because I've always made fun of her for it. And I was like, what do you mean? She goes, that alarm for your quiz is why I do all my alarms now. Because it just reminds you like, hey, you got this coming up.
Yeah. You know what'd be cool if apps, like the second, like let's say you click on TikTok, the second you click on it, it gave you an option, like a pop-up screen that said, do you want to set a timer for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes? Huh?
You do. Take a break one.
No, that pops up as you keep scrolling for a long period of time, but you could scroll for 2 hours before you see that message.
I have mine set for a 30-minute timer.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
I didn't.
So I have TikTok. I can only scroll for 30 minutes before I have to. Like, it doesn't do anything. So I wish it bricked it to where it was like, no, you're no longer using it. It's you put in your passcode and you can ignore it and just keep going. But that's it. But I have mine set for 30 minutes on TikTok.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I would set my TikTok for like 10 minutes, bro. Because sometimes I'm on there and I'm like, oh my God, 15, 20 minutes fucking flew by.
And you were just like brain rotting, dude. That's why they call it brain rot. It's like your brain shuts off.
But here's the thing, like people say brain rotting, but like I see some pretty cool stuff on like in my algorithm is like stories. So like they're like the long ones. They're like the 3 minutes and the 5 minute ones. And they're like these
you'd watch 2 videos and be off your app.
Yeah, I mean, but like they're good stories. Like they'll talk about like, you know, a serial killer or something like that. And like this one guy like uses AI to create the animation. So it's like you're watching a little mini movie and shit.
I've seen those. Those are actually really cool.
Bro.
The amount of talent that is out in the world. This is why they say like social media is the new market.
Yeah.
Because one, to find talent, it's all out there. Like people are posting just for free to show off what they can. And whether they're making money just by posting or they're waiting for someone to pick them up to get a bigger offer. But it's just crazy. I remember watching these people. I'm like, this is better than what comes out in theaters.
100%.
Like, and I'm watching a 5-minute little reel, and they're like, yeah, I spent the past like month on this. I'm like, in 1 month, yeah, imagine giving you a whole year. You can make me a feature-length movie.
But you know what's good? Like, I like Netflix documentaries. Like, I think Netflix does the best job out of all the streaming service for documentaries. The thing is, sometimes I want my documentary to be 10 minutes long. I don't need it to be 8 episodes of an hour each because there's so much filler. Me and Danielle were watching a doc.
Off of it. That's what it is.
I know, but me and Danielle were watching one documentary, and it seemed like they could have shut it down from like 8 episodes down to 4. Like it felt like there was a lot of filler episodes where like they interview every neighbor in the neighborhood and they interview the post guy. It's like you didn't need to do all that. Like we got it after the first few people. The guy's weird. We didn't need like to diagnose the whole town, to interview the whole fucking town. And what's good about the TikTok like documentaries, like the mini ones, is like, okay, short and sweet to the point. Like this guy did this guy did that, this is how he got caught. Like it's like the spark notes of it.
You getting hit with that short attention span, Joe.
100%. But that's why I realized it. That's why I got to figure out the settings to limit it.
There is an argument with the short attention span thing. I also am like, I feel like that's a good thing in a sense because it stops people from just saying shit. You know what I mean? Like, I get it where we shouldn't have such a short attention span where it's like, where guys can't watch something longer than 2 minutes and they're like, oh, come on, get to the point. It's like, brother, this may take a little bit more. 2 minutes is just the intro, like relax. Yeah. But then it's like, if you're talking to me longer than 10, 15 minutes and you haven't gotten to the point, it's kind of like, what are we doing here? Depending on context, obviously, but like I have a client, he's a doctor, and he said like there's these speeches that he goes to that he really actually enjoys. Because I was like, oh, it must be a drag, like what, like listening to people for hours just speak. He goes, well, actually, conferences are starting to get away from that, at least the ones he's in. And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, we go up there, and I think he said they have like a 5-minute talk.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah. You have 5 minutes. Explain your point. Explain what it is that you want. Explain what you're pushing, what your beliefs are, why it is, and then conclude. And then you have, I think it's like another 3 or 5 minutes worth of questions to the crowd, and then that's it. You're up there 10 minutes, and it's like, cool, get off. But I think not for anything. It's
there's
just
a time and a place for it. Like there are times, because this is where I find it tough. There are times where you want that condensed version of like a speech writer, but I also appreciate a 3-hour long Joe Rogan podcast where like he digs deep into topics and like it goes past the surface level. Because sometimes you have these arguments that like you can't discuss the argument in 30 minutes. Like, you know what I mean? It's so much deeper, and you need to see it and from all different angles, and you have to and like you have to dig deep into it. You can't solve it in like a 10-minute speech or a 10-minute podcast. I don't know. I think there are people out there who are masterful at doing that. Like I think Rogan is masterful at having this 3-hour conversation and keeping it moving where you don't feel like there's a lot of dead time. Like there's a lot of his podcasts. Like I go watch the 3-hour episode again. Yeah. Because I'm like, I need to relearn like what that guy was talking
who's
about.
Also good at that. It's the guy who does the Diary of the CEO. I forget what his name is, but his whole podcast and his show, like, usually I'm not good with that long format podcasting where it's like, all right, bro, I get it.
I think you have to be masterful at it. It's a skill to be able to hold the audience for that long.
Not just like hold the audience, but how to question the person.
In a way that keeps the ball moving.
Not just the ball moving, but also be intriguing. Because like you can listen to someone talk about their topic and be like, bro, I don't care. Yeah. But to ask the question that is actually intriguing, because you can ask a question, but the crowd could be like,
why do you think that way about that? Like what makes you think that way?
And not even in that sense. It's like, why do you think that way? And how does that relate to what most people think? Because like you can ask someone, what do you think about that? Well, most people could be like, I don't give a fuck what he thinks. You know what I mean? Yeah. But if I can ask you what you think, but also how to make that engaging for the crowd. Yeah. And that's where I think he's also really good at, because there are some people on there like the Amazon rainforest thing. Like I care about nature. I like nature and all that. I care about the animals.
But it's not something I think about daily.
Yeah. I didn't think I would listen to a 3.5-hour podcast about it. But dude, I was locked. And I was like, this dude asked
That's a good interviewer, though. That's somebody who's so top-notch level at being able to interview and pull those strands out of somebody. And to his credit, you could have somebody that you're interviewing that's super knowledgeable on a topic, but they're a shitty interviewee. Like, you know what I mean?
Like scientists are hard, bro.
They're not interviewing scientists. Most of the time they're socially awkward. Most of the time they're very to themselves. So to be able to drag a 3-hour conversation out of them and get the information and keep it entertaining at the same time, bro, that's masterful right there.
It is very hard. Like that's where I saw, there's another doctor I follow. Oh, what is his name? I'm drawing a blank, and I follow him often. I engage with his stuff too. He's like the sleep doctor. I don't know. You've probably seen him and all.
There's a lot of guys that I follow that I'm like, what's that guy? I want to go back to his page. I can fucking forget because there's so many.
Huberman. Got it. Huberman. I'm sure you've heard of him.
Yes.
So he's another one too. And he even says it. He's like, you know what's great about social media? He's like, I've only been posting for the past 5 years, which I thought he's been posting forever. No, like I must have started following him like right once he started posting, which is crazy. But I was just listening to him talk on a podcast. He was being interviewed. He goes, it's so great that people discredit my doctorate now because I'm on social media and I say things that they just don't agree with, or that based on their own research, which he's like, and I love seeing all these doctors that I follow that are like, I support people doing their own research and forming their own opinions. He's like, that's fine. He's like, that's what science is supposed to be. He goes, as long as you follow the steps of like proving what's wrong, what's right. He's like, I'm not going to doubt
and not altering your opinions to bias the
exactly. And that's where he's at, and that's the issue that a lot of people do. And he was just like, bro, go do it. But he's like, the fact that people are now trying to say that I'm not a doctor because I'm on social media and I post about, he's like, I'm actively involved in research and I'm still pursuing further education. He's like, I am a doctor and that's what I do. So it's just funny because like that's the hard part too, when you find these sociable, high educated people. The second they're willing to put themselves out there, which I think is also the issue, is a lot of these high people don't want to put themselves out there because they know that, what is it, like the dumbest are usually the loudest. Yeah. So that the second you say something that's against the crowd with an educated background, they're still going to rip you down. And then it's like, boom, it's
but
like
also
the point.
The problem is everybody's afraid to be wrong nowadays. Yeah, and like that's the biggest fear of a lot of these guys, especially these doctor guys, is I don't want to be on social media that, God forbid, I say something that's wrong or I slip up. Yeah. And again, it's not a problem. What you end up liking about Huberman and Rogan and guys like this is that when they are wrong, they just come out and say it. They're just like Huberman on his next episode.
I found something. Yeah. Like, guess what I found out?
Last episode, I was wrong. I misspoke. I did this. And you know what that ends up buying you? That ends up buying your audience trust. Yes. Because you're like, oh, you can just say I was wrong and just
and then they go, what I love too, because I hate when people are like, they take that high road sense and they're like, oh, I was wrong, but then they just leave it. He's like, no, I was wrong.
This is why.
Let me explain why, and then here's what else I found out to go further into detail with it. And then it's like, cool, now it's a learning experience for everybody.
It's a director mentality. Like, what makes a good movie a lot of the time is if the director could rope you into believing the lie. Because when you're watching a movie, you're believing a lie. Like, you're believing a story that's not happening in real time. But when you get emotional during a movie, like, bro, I don't care what anybody says. What was it? Endgame, when Tony Stark dies, and like, bro, I start to tear up in the movie when he died. This is a character that's not real, bro. It's a comic book character, but it's masterful to the director, to the way they depict the character, to the way they built it over a story arc,
the background, the art, all this everything.
This is roping you into the lie and that this guy actually died to the point where people get upset about a character who's not even real in the real world. Bro, that's masterful right there.
To build that following, a cult-like following.
But you build that trust over time, and that's what these guys like Huberman do, is that they just acknowledge, okay, I was wrong. This is why I was wrong.
Speaking of movies.
And you build the trust.
Complete change of direction.
Sure.
Whole change of direction. Have you seen The Odyssey? Heard about it? Yeah, you already know where I'm going. Bro. Troy?
Hey,
did you see who they're picking for fucking Troy, bro?
I am half Greek.
Yo!
You're Greek too.
I'm Sicilian, but I learned that apparently that means Greek.
Mediterranean.
Yes.
Bro.
Dude.
This is crazy. Achilles is supposed to be a warrior.
God, he is a demigod, bro. A demigod whose only weakness is where his heel was not dipped into the water.
Why? Why is it not okay for me to be upset? Because if I voice that I'm upset about this choice,
people are going to attack you for it.
Why is it not okay for me to be upset about this choice? This is my culture. This now is literally
your culture.
Into my
this
culture.
Is my story.
This is like a part of our history. And okay, maybe it's a little fantasized and like
Doesn't
gods
matter.
and stuff. This is a part of our culture, like big time.
It's huge.
And you playing with like how people are depicted in our culture. And it's like, would you ever make Martin Luther King a white guy? Like, but no, for real.
Oh, because
like for real,
they made what's her Helen? They're making Helen some black girl, which dude, not against black people, but like that's not what she's depicted as.
That's not. She has long flowing hair. I believe she shaved
blonde hair, long flowing blonde hair, bro.
And there's stories that depict all this stuff, and it's like you guys are just, and it shocks me. It shocks me because I feel like Christopher Nolan is a director that's like
who's known to be just fucking
pure and just like on point with
who doesn't want CGI. No CGI, but that's what you're gonna pick as your fucking Troy.
Is it Elliot Page?
Yeah. The one who's a chick, played Juno, then became a man and weighs 115 fucking pounds.
Which whatever, if he's happy now as a man, listen, I'm not going to shit on the person. But you're not what I think of when I think of Achilles, bro.
She's depressed and wants to go back to being a woman.
But the thing is, that's not who I depict. That's not who I see as Achilles. I see like,
bro, you can still pick Brad Pitt to this day. Dude's still in shape.
Yes,
you can go pick him right now. We'll be good. Like,
bro,
what the fuck?
This decision just had me so dumbfounded.
We got guys like fucking.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna see the movie because, like, I think it's such a good story.
So worried because that worries me because I don't want to give my money to something that's going to be complete shit.
But you know why you feel this? Because the director has already started off by not roping you in with the lie. The director has already shown you the big lie, and it's not pulling you in.
No,
what pulls you in to the lie when you go to see the Odyssey, what pulls you in is like, oh yeah, that's what Achilles looks like. Oh yes, Helen should look like that. What's going to happen is you're going to watch this movie, and the first time you see Elliot Page as Achilles, you're going to be like, that's not.
This isn't Troy.
Yeah, this is not what I.
Or Achilles. This isn't Achilles.
This isn't
not Achilles.
And that, in that moment, it takes you out of the movie. It takes you out of believing the lie, and it's a detriment.
See, I think that's the hard part for me. I know that we've talked about this, where it's like I don't cry during movies. I've never I would be like, oh man, that's sad. But I think that's where it is. Is like it is very hard for me to have that belief where it's like, no, I'm just watching a movie still. And it's very rare. I will say Christopher Nolan, even in his fake movies, like they're just good. And I'm like, yeah, I can feel this. Like he's good at picking. The only thing is I can trust his record, and I want to see the movie because I trust his record.
That's why I'm going to see the movie. It's because I trust his track record. That means
Elliot Page had to come out there, and just prove that he is.
And I could be wrong. She could come out. And bro, maybe she crushes it as Achilles.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what if she was like, bro, I'll stack on muscle. I'll boost more tests in my fucking system. I'll
Could
get
happen.
fucking yoked
Bro,
for this
we could
role.
look back at this episode and be like, we were super wrong. And
I hope so.
And I'm okay to admit if I'm wrong. If she
Yeah.
crushes it in the role of Achilles,
I hope
but
so.
just by stature alone, and I get it, Tom Cruise is like 5'5", and he always looks like he's 6'4" in his movies, but like,
how are you going to play
Yeah,
this? Because
I
they
don't know.
like,
The
dude,
frame is
how
so
are you going to
tiny.
play this, dude?
the frame
Like,
is
that's
so
what I mean.
tiny.
How are you going to play Elliot Page being a demigod,
6'2",
bro?
jacked, like
A demigod,
It's
dude.
tough,
you don't
bro.
have
It's
the
tough.
build.
it's a tough. Like you said, I think Christopher Nolan, with all the bangers he's had as movies, has earned us a little bit of trust. That's why we'll go see it. If it
Yeah.
wasn't Christopher Nolan, if it was some
dude,
director I
yeah.
didn't know, I'd be like, oh,
You're
this is
out of your
I would
mind.
instantly say, this is gonna be dumb. This is not gonna
You're
be
out of
good.
your mind. I'm not
Yeah.
seeing it.
Yeah,
I'm just so interested. But right once I saw that,
bro. Someone told me it last night, and I was just like, what?
yeah,
I was like, that's who's playing Helen?
yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Let me see.
I'm Greek, bro. That shit does not math, bro.
let me see the current lineup that he has. His Odyssey lineup.
And again, she could crush it. Whoever the actress is, she could absolutely hit it out of the park to where you don't even fucking think about it.
Oh no!
I think that's what Denzel Washington did. He
For
knocked
what?
it out of the park in Gladiator 2 that you kind of
He
forget.
did.
Yeah,
He did great.
yeah.
He did,
That's a
you know what?
perfect example.
They did smart on that too by involving the fact that it was the Roman Empire and they took over everything, so
Yeah.
they didn't just keep it in Rome.
Yeah,
Because the historical accuracy is Rome was actually very mixed and it
Yeah.
was very multicultural because it was the hub of the world.
well, also
and
it's
people
very
didn't
people
realize
don't
that.
realize how close it is.
I
to
just
Africa.
can't look at. I'm looking at this like,
who's Helen? Which one?
So Zendaya is going to be Athena.
Okay.
Tom Holland is Telemachus. Where is it? I
Travis
guess-
Scott is in the
well,
movie.
his name isn't there, so who knows? Maybe he could be like a musician.
Oh, like musical.
Yeah.
something in it.
I didn't know John Bernthal was actually going to be in the movie. Agamemnon is going to be Benny. That does well, he may be a good king actually. Matt Damon is Odysseus. I didn't know that.
That I knew.
All right. Well, for some reason it's not loading.
not loading.
I'm
Yeah,
connected
whatever.
to some fucking random Wi-Fi.
It's I don't know. I hope it's good because I feel like this is such a classic story.
Like the second
When I
the
saw the
first
trailer,
trailer
I
came
know,
out, I was
know.
so
I was
excited.
like, bro, this is gonna be a banger. This is gonna be so good. It's such an iconic story, and Christopher Nolan, like I said, his track record speaks for itself, bro. Has he had a bad movie?
I don't think so. That's
Type
the
in
thing.
Christopher Nolan movies. How much time we got?
Oh, we got 5 minutes. 3
Yeah,
minutes.
Christopher Nolan movies.
Christopher Nolan movies. Man, Tenet, Oppenheimer,
I didn't see
Dunkirk.
Tenet. I didn't see
Interstellar.
Tenet. That was during pandemic.
It was
right?
good though.
Yeah.
Dunkirk was good. Oppenheimer was good. I
Oppenheimer.
haven't seen Interstellar, but I still hear people
Interstellar's
talk
a
about it.
banger. Which
All the Batmans, Inception.
oh, he did the Prestige. Oh, Memento's good
Prestige.
too.
You
Have you
told
ever
me
seen
about Memento.
Memento?
You're the one that
Memento's
told me.
dope.
I didn't watch it. I seen Insomnia. Look, those are his movies, bro. His movies are all bangers.
Yeah, dude.
Literally every
The
single
Prestige
one.
is. Have you ever seen The Prestige?
No.
Bro, you and Max should watch The Prestige and then
I've
watch
heard about
Memento.
this one too.
Prestige is really good, and it's crazy because The Prestige came out the same year that another movie based on magic came out.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, The Illusionist. I think
I
it's
heard
called The
about that one,
Illusionist.
too.
And it's so crazy because I mix up those two movies sometimes because The Illusionist was pretty good too.
Really?
Yeah, they're both pretty solid.
Bro,
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a lot of trust in him because he has good movies.
Hashtag trust.
What's his lowest movie? The Doll's Breath. Never heard of it, so that explains.
Bad.
Batman vs Superman is rated low.
What? Wait, he did Batman vs Superman?
Yeah, executive producer.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that's a Zack Snyder movie.
Well, he's producer. These are all produced movies.
As
No, I need
director.
him as a director.
director.
I don't want producer. Where does it show? Okay, well now it's not showing me any.
I didn't know
That's
he was
cool.
a producer on Batman vs.
A lot of these
Superman.
guys become producers.
The way to make some more money.
Yeah, dude, you just make bank off of just saying.
and you
it.
don't take any of the risk if the movie does shit.
All right, he directed Oppenheimer, Tenet, Dunkirk, Quay, Interstellar, The Dark
the fuck
Knight
is
Rises.
Quake?
I don't know, but it's one of his lowest.
Oh.
Actually, it is his lowest movie.
never
Oh no,
even heard of
Larceny's his lowest.
I don't know
Tarantula,
that one. Yeah, I don't know. that one.
Tarantella. No, that's how Tarantula.
I don't know. I don't know that one.
Doodlebug. The hell were these?
All right, he sucked in the 90s.
I mean, listen, you have to test.
Yeah,
this
he
shit out.
started. He started out, but the second 2000,
Memento was
Memento's
the first
8.4.
one that, like,
Insomnia 7.2, Batman Begins 8.2, The Prestige 8.5, Dark Knight 9.1, Inception 8.8, Dark Knight Rises 8.4, Interstellar 8.7, Dunkirk 7.8, Tenet 7.3, Oppenheimer 8.2. This dude comes out and he's nothing but bangers. If he lets us
if you
down,
make a superhero movie good, that's tough to do, bro.
which is very hard. Like, and everyone loves the three Batman movies that he made. Everyone, well,
people shit on the third one, but I think the third one's good. Listen,
the one with Bane.
yeah,
Why?
because people they didn't like the mask and how it shot like this. I'm like, bro, people shit on like the audio of
Isn't
it.
that
all.
The Dark Knight Rises?
Yeah, that's Dark Knight Rises.
That one's the second highest. Batman Begins has the lowest.
Which I think is crazy because I think Batman Begins as a starting arc movie in a trilogy. I don't understand how you get better than that. I don't understand
The
how you
other
make
two
an
literally did.
origin.
So the Dark Knight you can't top because you had someone like Heath Ledger play the Joker.
And it's a perfect movie.
Yeah.
And it's it's so hard to find a mistake in that movie. It's so hard. Go frame by frame, find one. I think there is one that people have talked about, like a continuity issue. There's a continuity issue, and it's something stupid like he was holding something in his left hand, and the next shot he's holding his right.
I know
it's a stupid.
it messed up filming during the movie because Heath Ledger killed himself while they were filming.
Yeah,
that scene where he's hanging wasn't supposed to be the end; it was actually supposed to be in the middle.
Uh,
And so, because he killed himself in the middle of making it,
yeah,
so they had to rearrange
how the movie
played out, and that's
more,
why the ending
more
still
bravo to
continues.
him to have something like that happen and
And
still
then still
produce
come out
that
because
movie.
then when they came out with Two-Face to then finish everything off,
Oh,
like
yeah,
that's
that makes sense.
why it did it. Is like, oh, they caught the Joker, and then it ended with, yes, I just showed you that I can turn your fucking Golden Knight into a villain,
into a bad guy.
and it turned into.
Bro, you have
that.
everything in that movie. Everything. Actually, the one thing I don't like about the movie is the actress who plays Rachel. Just because, I don't like when they switch up from Siri because it was the girl
that
from
does
Dawson's
suck.
Creek
Yeah,
in the
it does
first
suck.
one.
But
That's a moment
you
where
know-
it takes me out of it because every time I see, I'm like, that should not be.
But
the
they did
actress.
really good because they look so similar. He was smart by selecting her. Because let me tell you, I wasn't good at picking that up, but it was also a few years between me watching them.
Yeah.
But when I finally watched the second one, I didn't realize it was different until I was like, oh, let me watch a marathon of it all.
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, oh, it's a different actress.
Yeah.
But it was because they're very similar. So he was smart by not
Good
just
actresses.
choosing someone from left field and be
Random.
like,
Put a blonde in or
yeah,
something.
be like, what the fuck is that? What's happening? It's like, what the hell is that?
Well, we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say.
Neither do I. Like, share, and subscribe, guys.
Eat ass.